Imagine a man sitting alone in a tent. Outside, thousands of Roman soldiers march in the cold, waiting for orders. War drums echo in the distance. The enemy is near. Disease spreads through the camp, but inside, the emperor does not panic. He does not cry. He writes. His name is Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, a warrior, a philosopher, a man who ruled the most powerful empire on earth. And yet, during his rule, he faced a kind of suffering that no army could fight: deep personal loneliness. Marcus was not just an emperor. He was a husband who lost his wife, a father who buried many of his children, a ruler who carried the weight of an empire but could not carry the warmth of another person beside him. He was the loneliest man in the world. But instead of breaking under that weight, he transformed his pain into wisdom. Instead of letting loneliness destroy him, he let it teach him. This is the story of a man who found peace in the most unlikely place, inside his own soul. People imagine Roman emperors living in luxury, golden palaces, grand feasts, power beyond imagination. And yes, Marcus had all of that, but none of it could fill the hole left by loss. He lost his wife, Faustina, after decades of love and companionship. She was his anchor. She traveled with him even on military campaigns, supported him, stayed by his side when the world was falling apart. When she died, something inside Marcus died too. Before her, he had already buried many of his children. One by one, illness or fate took them away. Out of 13 children, only a few survived. Imagine the pain of losing not just one child, but several. Imagine watching your future fade away again and again, and still having to get up and rule an empire. But Marcus didn't fall into despair. Instead, he asked, what does it mean to be alone? What is loneliness? For most of us, loneliness is painful. It's the silence after a loved one leaves. It's the empty seat at the dinner table. It's walking through a crowded street and feeling like no one sees you. But for Marcus, loneliness was not just the absence of others. It was a doorway to something greater. He realized something important. Loneliness is not our enemy, it is our mirror. In his famous writings, Meditations, he wrote to himself, not to impress others, not to be published, but to survive. His writings are full of reminders, questions, lessons. One of his most powerful lines reads, "Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look." This was not just a quote, it was a lifeline. Marcus discovered that solitude is not weakness, it is strength in its purest form. True power comes not from armies or riches, but from the ability to be alone with your thoughts and to be at peace with them. We live in a world today where loneliness is everywhere. People have more connections than ever, phones, social media, constant communication. But inside, many still feel alone. The same silence that surrounded Marcus Aurelius surrounds millions today. But Marcus would tell you, don't fear that silence. Listen to it, let it speak, let it shape you. He understood something most of us don't, that inner peace is not found in others, but in the way we think, the way we choose to see the world. He wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." These are not the words of a man who gave up. They are the words of a man who was reshaped by pain. When we think of great leaders, we imagine speeches, armies, power. But Marcus led in a different way. He led with humility, with questions, with honesty. Every night he would write to himself, examining his thoughts, checking his emotions, trying to live a better life. That's what Meditations was. It wasn't a book, it was therapy, it was prayer, it was survival. He didn't complain about being lonely. He asked himself why he felt lonely. He didn't run from the feeling. He sat with it. He studied it. And he realized something simple yet profound. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. This one sentence holds the key to overcoming loneliness. We always search for peace outside, by the sea, in the mountains, in other people. But Marcus reminds us, the greatest retreat is within ourselves. There is a moment in everyone's life when they feel truly alone. For Marcus, it happened not once, but many times. Each loss, each betrayal, each disappointment, these moments built upon each other like stones on his back. But instead of letting those stones crush him, he built something with them. He built wisdom. He turned suffering into clarity, pain into patience, loneliness into love, for truth, for virtue, for the soul. He realized, if I can survive being alone, I can survive anything. Loneliness today feels like failure. Society teaches us that we must always be surrounded, always connected, always